We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the New York Giants and the Washington Commanders. 2 one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. To throw right away is Howell. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40 to mark him down at the 39. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now the Iowa State product, it's Kene Nwangu. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
On first down, they'll run with Nwangu. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. This time they'll throw it with Howell. It's tipped, and it doesn't matter. He still catches it. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A gain there of 30 big ones. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The ball on the 8 still could get a first down technically, 2nd and 7. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Coming up on 2nd and 7. On the toss, here's Nwangu. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. Howell throwing on 3rd down here. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
Field goal unit and Joey Sly now from 28 yards out. Sly able to put this one through, and the Commanders get out to a 3-0 lead. And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. Get started again.
Wait, that.
Brady now on first down. Has this complete to Daniel Bellinger. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. That's Derrick Henry all alone. The 20. Touchdown, Giants. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. And that's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll go right back to Nwangu. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Here comes Tony on the return. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From the 36, Brady, throw left side, complete. That's Henry. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. To throw, it's Brady. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. It's Tariq Castro-Fields who picked it, and the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's...
Touchdown, Washington! Terry McLaurin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Commanders have regained the lead. Joey Sly on for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And trouble there on the kickoff as that goes out of bounds. Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a miss-hit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Henry. And he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. Now Brady. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Giants. Pretty good response. They had given up the touchdown and the lead, but they struck back.
And I love the way that they just saw it happen, took a quick exhale on the sidelines. So let's go get it back, and fast. Let's go ahead and throw the ball downfield and get our own 6 points.
A huge chunk play to regain that lead. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. From the 10. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. A 1st and 10 here for Howell and the Commanders at their own 18. Drive will start with Nwangu. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Not a lot of running room there. Not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They go play action with Howell. Slings this deep from McLaurin. It got his man complete. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Well, one thing's for sure. They're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
They'll look to run with Nwangu, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Kene Nwangu, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders have yet again retaken the lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy. Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout. An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all, but right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction? Henry again on 2nd down. Room here to run. Derrick Henry all alone. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A 2-play drive. What do we call that? Short-lived? Very. Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive? Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. From the 10. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The 1st and 10 here for Howell and the Commanders at their own 13. Off play action. It's Howell. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And Howe will throw it. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. On the return, it's Tony. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up in a couple of minutes' time. We'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman, the coach in our EA Sports studios. They'll have a look back at the next-gen stats from this first half of action. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Brady. This pass into the hands of Bellinger. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
A first down carry for Henry. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 154 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
They keep it with Henry on first down to about the 26 here. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. They'll run it again with Henry. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Gano's kick is good, and they will open their lead up to a touchdown at 24-17. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he's watching that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
Take it in at the 3. And he returns this to the 22. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. With a play fake, and now here's how to throw it. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much. A little too much air under that one. That could have easily been 6 points.
Yeah, what kind of speed he has is almost impossible, we think, to actually overthrow him. But he did exactly that. I think he probably tried to get it out there maybe just a little bit too quickly.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee you he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at the 18. A solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on 1st down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
2nd down, they go again with Henry. And he's got some space here. And he's going to get this all the way down to Washington's 30. So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too. On 2nd and 7, Brady.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Up the middle, Nwangu. And he is going to lose yardage here. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that's dropped underneath to Nwangu. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Throw right side complete to Dotson. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. Now they trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell. Going right back to Dotson. And they'll get this down to the 10. Out left and hauled in by Arcega-Whiteside. Touchdown! J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Commanders are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that will tie us at 24. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Brady. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Wan'Dale Robinson, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and 5.
He could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Working from the gun, it's Brady. He finds his man, complete. That's Garner. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the 1st. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 212 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Henry out of the pistol. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. Brady looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Boy, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should have been called for holding on that one.
Yeah, maybe not just holding, but sometimes you end up setting back in the offensive backfield a little bit farther to try and help you with the edge. That's a penalty as well. Sometimes you overset, they'll come inside of you. That's what speed does. It disrupts an offense. And right now, you've got to pay attention to this edge rusher on every single down.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. So the completion good for 7 there, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. They'll run for it. It's Nwangu. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Kene Nwangu with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Commanders have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the 3rd quarter. It certainly worked, but that was a gutsy call to go for it on 4th and short.
Yeah, not sure I would have made that call, but give them a ton of credit for deciding to go for it and not only doing it, but doing it in fine fashion. Takes me back to this summer when we were touring camps. Remember we watched them practice, and they worked hard in these situations, and they blocked it up perfectly.
And defensively, they were so worried about the line of scrimmage. Once he got past that first wave of tacklers, goodbye. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Inside handoff, Henry. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Running from the gun with Henry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The Giants on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Now, meanwhile, the throw by Brady knocked away, incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Now Brady got to have this one. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Commanders are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. A fourth down, they felt compelled to go for it, and he throws the INT.
Yeah, he knows that you can't take a sack there, so he had to try and force one in. Now, this might not be a throw he makes if we're in the second quarter, but he had to take the chance there, and this one wound up being intercepted.
They'll start on the ground here with Nwangu. They find some open field here. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Kene Nwangu with career touchdown number 70. And the Commanders use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Brady now to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Garner. And he'll wind up getting this to the 32. A play that started at the 16, and that's how many yards they get. First down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Brady now on first down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. They set up the screen for Henry. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Under 4 to play now. Clock running, 3rd down. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Throwing on first down is Brady. He finds his man complete. It's Young. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Brady's throw there complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And the Commanders are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. Well, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now he'll look to throw it. This will be caught at Samuel. He's at the 50, 30, 10, 5. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, 92 yards. And the Commanders have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
Things are rocking easy here in the 4th quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt, and here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And my goodness, another interception. It's Tariq Castro-Fields who picked it, and he will bring this one back. It is a pick-6 for a Washington touchdown. So a 4th quarter pick-6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner, and I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick-6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace where the other offense are going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
On 3rd down, Henry. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. They'll go for it. It's Brady. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. The 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Giants. Kadarius Toney, 82 yards. And the Giants get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.